Welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Tracy Dickens, a licensed clinical psychologist, and I create mental health education videos infused with faith. And over the years as a psychologist, I have noticed that the world just seems to be getting busier and busier between work and school and after school activities and Netflixing and binging. We find ourselves often slipping into a place of autopilot. And when we're there, we miss out on moments of joy and peace and connection. But when we practice mindfulness, we regain those moments of connection and peace and joy and a few other things. So today I'm going to talk to you about mindfulness. I'm going to define it. I'm going to talk about the benefits of it, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to practice it. So come on in and let's get started. This video is one part of a multi-part series on mindfulness. And although each video can stand alone, I strongly encourage you watch each video so you'll be fully equipped and you can live your best life. So let's get going. So I want you to imagine that you're about to meet up with one of your best friends. They live about an hour away. So you hop in your car and you start heading in that direction. You've got your phone, you've got the directions to how to get there, and you're really excited. And on the way out of town, you turn down a street that has about 6 or 8 cross streets that have traffic signals. And as you're driving, you're just imagining what the day is gonna be like. The laughs you're gonna have, the food you're gonna eat, the stories you're gonna share. You haven't seen each other in months. And this is gonna be a great afternoon. And then all of a sudden you realize the light is red and you slam on your brakes and everything goes flying into the floorboard of your car. And you're gasping for air and you're like, oh my goodness, how in the world did I do that? How did I miss that? How did I almost run a red light? And then you realize, oh, because I was caught up in the lights further up the road. I was distracted by what's up ahead. And as you're sitting there and you're calming yourself down, you recall that you heard the squealing of tires. So you look in your rearview mirror and you see the person behind you is really upset and flustered just like you are. And they also look a little mad. And so now you're nervous, like when the light turns green, what's gonna happen? So the light turns green, and you check the intersection and you pull off and you keep looking at the person behind you, making sure that they're okay and they're not gonna do anything. And then honk, oh my goodness, again, you've almost run a red light. Where are you today? You just aren't being present. No judgment. This is something that we all experience. And so we're busy thinking about the what ifs and the what next, or we're distracted about the what was and what has, and we just miss out on what's going on in our immediate surroundings, and we almost cause an accident. Busyness is not something new. We can look in the Bible and see a number of examples of people being distracted and busy. One story that I love to visit because I identify with one character is the story of Mary and Martha preparing to meet with Jesus. It's found in Luke chapter 38 through 42. I'm going to give you a Dr. Tracy summary. Mary and Martha are preparing a meal for Jesus to come and visit. And when Jesus arrives, Mary goes to sit at Jesus' feet and listen to the lesson. Martha, who I can identify with, and some of you may also be able to identify with, is running around preparing the meal, cleaning the house, kneading the dough, making fabulous soups, all the great things, all the great details in preparation for Jesus. And after a while, she realizes that she is alone in these endeavors to bring this perfect day to fruition. She goes to Jesus and she points out that her sister is being lazy and he needs to say something about that, so she'll help out. And Jesus' response is, Martha, 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 you are worried and upset about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has made the right choice and it will not be taken from her. I've been there before, running around, trying to get everything just so, or worried about the next thing on my to-do list, or thinking about something I did in the past that I regret now, and why did I do that? Why did I say that? Oh my goodness. And a lot of times we'll say, God, where are you? Why aren't you present? But he is present. He's omnipresent. He's always present. We, however, are often not present. We're often in our minds worrying about whatever, and all the things, and we're missing out on opportunities to connect with Him. I'm not saying that preparing a fabulous meal for your friends is a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's bad to look into the future and prepare for things. And it's not bad to look at our past and learn from our experiences. None of that is bad. What becomes the problem is when we stay focused there. Mindfulness will help us with that. So let's get going. Now, before I get too far into talking about mindfulness, I do want to make a clarification. A lot of times, mindfulness and meditation are talked about as if they're interchangeable, as if they're the same thing. There are some distinctions. Mindfulness is a part of meditation, but meditation is a mind-body practice that is designed to calm you, relax you, and increase physiological and psychological well-being. It often requires that you have 20 to 45 minutes or longer to set aside to really focus on your body and your experiences. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is designed to keep you present in the now. Its purpose is to develop our willingness to experience our moment right now. And by willingness, I'm speaking of an acceptance of just receiving whatever sensory information your body is taking in at the moment, not judging it, not trying to deny it or ignore it, but just allow yourself to receive it and just sit with it. And some people report being more relaxed after they do mindfulness exercises, but that's not the purpose. Mindfulness is also about being curious about your experiences. I mean, really examining them as if you're a scientist who has never experienced those things before. And mindfulness also requires that you be intentional about your focus. Our mind is designed to focus on something, and if we don't intentionally give it something to focus on, it will just pull up information from our mind and focus on that. And because our minds are negatively biased, it will generally pull up information that is negative. It will pull up the past events that were very hurtful and harmful, or it will pull up the worst case scenario that awaits you in the future. It believes that it's being helpful to you, but it's not being helpful. But what is helpful is practicing mindfulness. Research has consistently shown mindfulness practice uncouples the neocortex and the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. The neocortex is the part of the brain that is associated with empathy and experiencing our body and world as it truly is. The prefrontal cortex is our narrative of those experiences. It's our thoughts and our images. It's a story that we tell ourselves about what we are experiencing. So when these two parts of our brain are uncoupled, whenever you experience anxiety or depression, you just experience the emotional experience. Nothing more, nothing less. Unlike when they're coupled, you have the emotional experience as well as the story you're telling yourself, the judgments and the labels that you're putting on top of that experience that just intensifies the suffering and the pain. And I don't know about you, I think our days have enough trouble. I don't want to add more to it. And wait, there are other great things about mindfulness. When we practice mindfulness, it also calms our amygdala, which is responsible for our fight or flight response. A calm amygdala means the less we feel on edge and anxious during the day. And wait, there's more. Research has also shown that people who practice mindfulness report less depression. And more specifically, people that have been diagnosed with mild to moderate depression will report experiencing the same relief of symptoms as they do when they're taking an antidepressant. Pretty amazing, right? Almost unbelievable. And that's why I'm going to give you an opportunity to practice it. So I hope you're ready. This is what I'm going to have you do. I want you to grab a piece of food, whatever food you want to practice on, and bring it back. Don't open it. Don't start eating it. Push pause, go grab it, and I'll wait right here for you. I picked food because most of us, we are not mindful eaters. We eat at our desk, at work, or we eat in the car on the way to a ball game, or we eat in front of the TV. This is kind of an easy entry into learning mindfulness, and it shows you how you can do it without having to stop what you're doing. You can do it while you're doing something. And that's what I love about mindfulness. It makes it so versatile. Okay, so you have your food. So what I want you to do is just look at it like you're a scientist, like you've never seen this before. Take in the color, take in the size, and what does it feel like? Is it smooth? Is it hard? Is it textured, like rough, or is it ridged? Is it cold or hot? And now hold it up to your ear. Does it make a sound? Does it pop or crackle? Now hold it up to your nose. What does it smell like? And notice whatever thoughts might come into mind as you smell it. No judging them, just notice the thoughts. And how does your body respond? Are you starting to salivate? Does your stomach kind of feel like it's kind of woozy with anticipation? Now, I want you to place it in your mouth. Don't chew, just place it in your mouth. What does it feel like in your mouth? Does it feel light? Does it feel kind of heavy? Is it smooth? Is it juicy? Maybe it's salty or sweet. And when you're ready, I want you to take a bite. And what did it sound like? What side of your mouth did you bite it on? And as you chew it, what does the experience of chewing feel like? What are the sounds? What are the sensations that you feel in your mouth? How is your body reacting as you chew it? And whenever you're ready, swallow. And as you're swallowing, just really take in the experience of swallowing and what it feels like on the back of your tongue, as it's in your throat. And you're not judging. And if you get distracted, you're just bringing yourself back to the experience. Okay, so how was that for you? Whatever the experience was, write it down below. And if you've liked this video so far, well then push the like button and push the subscribe button. Mindfulness is about being present in the now. It is about experiencing your current moment through your senses. It is about being intentional on what you focus on and really taking in the information if you're a scientist. It is about not judging your experience, not judging and shoving, as I tell my clients, just allowing yourself to have the experience so we don't add any weight or heaviness to our suffering or pain, and we can really be fully in the moment whenever we're experiencing joy and peace. And finally, it's about God's presence. That when we are mindful, we are exactly where God is. We are exactly where we need to be. We're connected with our refuge and our peace and our joy, and with the very person who can give us any wisdom or guidance we may need when we're in seasons of struggle and suffering and pain. So in short, mindfulness is about being exactly where you are, being exactly who you need to be with, and being exactly who you need to be in that moment. This is a skill at least once a day. Practice it when you're walking or driving. You can practice it when you're laying in bed or sitting on the sofa. Just wherever you are, just take a moment to kind of really take in your sensory information. And comment below, let me know how it went for you. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon.